Hello, everyone. Welcome to my workshop. I'm going to say right off the bat, I will be clearing my throat a little bit. I hope that does not bother you. However, I am sick. uh, so I like to maintain transparency as a writer. I feel like the world is too full of what would I say? Uh, Performative acts. I've always found the performative nature of the writing culture of today, especially on social media and book talk. I've always found it just fake and pandering, and that is not who I am. I am I'm an artist. I make video games and write books, and I essentially just do what I love to do. So, without um, without any more of a soapbox, today we're going to be writing poetry. Um, I've been depressed lately, uh, and a lot of the times when I'm depressed is when I write my best poetry. My poetry is very abstract, and so the purpose of this video is just, sit with me, relax to the sounds of the keyboard clacking, um, hear me clear my throat occasionally, and let's start some poetry. All right. There's a train going by right now. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm at the library, and um, the library sits right beside a train track. So every now and again, at around 12:30 to 1 o'clock, you can hear the train go by. Okay, back to it. I want to. I might read the poem to you, just so that. Okay, we'll read it. It might be a failure, but I'll give it a go nonetheless. Um, yeah. Kelvin cost under the cross, absolute zero fit for two. A man of light and fire and sight sinks below the blue. Of raven calls and a red bird's song, we sink beneath the blue. For one was all we thought to crawl like man formed from dust and tears, a pillar of salt, the wife of love, that be me and you. Sit inside the view, she sits, he runs, I stare into the blue, and watch the world turn away and darken from me. Hmm, we will call this poem will be called Crawling, Crawling from Salt. Crawling from Salt. So that's a poem we did today. Um, should we try another one? I've been very depressed, so I think another one might help. So what we're going to do is first, I apologize, but I'm going to get a drink of my coffee. All right. So yeah, let's see here. Um, we'll do another poem. Can you hear the little girl? That's a little boy. We walk into the children's section. I'm in the library right now, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, I like the library a lot. They let me teach classes here. I teach writing classes. I don't know if it's available on my Patreon. It might be free on my Patreon. I'm not sure. Anyway, I teach writing classes. I will say, if you live anywhere in the north, you live anywhere in the United States, in the Georgia, Tennessee to Alabama region. Probably not Florida because I live too far from there. But if you are really anywhere between Nashville and Montgomery, um, if you want to come to one of my classes, they are about 2 hours long, but I go through everything. Um, yeah, I just like teaching. That's neither here nor there. That's right. Yeah, it's spelled mountain. Jeez. Typewriter mode. Scrivener. I don't know if you've ever used Scrivener, but it has a typewriter mode up here. And what that does is it always keeps your line right here so that you don't go down here and run out of space and have to scroll down. It'll just keep it even. It's so helpful. I love Scrivener. I do all of my formatting. Got loud there. I'm sorry. I do all of my formatting on Atticus. But as far as like drafting, the writing of the book, I don't think Scrivener can be beaten by anything. It's absolutely phenomenal software. You should pick it up, dude. It's only like $40. Like considering for a software, it's really cheap. I mean, dude, if you're getting Word alone is like $120 USD. Yeah, Literature and Latte is the company that makes Scrivener. I've been spoiled. Once I had Scrivener, I can't do anything else. I can't use anything else. I do tell people, like in my classes, absolutely cannot afford a word processor. For the love of God, do not use Notepad. Instead, I think the best free word processor available is Google Docs. Um, yes, it's not a cloud, but gets every Google account gets 15 um, gigabytes of free cloud storage for your uh, suite, your Google suite. So, yeah, if you're wanting to write a book and you don't know how to really start, or you don't really know much about word processors, Google Docs is the way to go. However, if you have around $40 and you want a really good writing software, Scrivener is your man. I just realized I didn't plug my computer up. One moment, please. Plug in. Plug in. Come on. There we go. Okay, back to our original program. That was my medicine alarm. I was trying to be quiet this whole time, and then my medicine alarm went off. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, okay. Yeah. So, uh, I I'm gonna call this poem "The Mountain View." So I have a bit of a hot take when it comes. Well, I'll read this. Heaven bloat, a wise man's float. Sit and sing your doom. I sit here now and sing aloud inside this dusty room. But was this room, this slight abode, darkened with bright white, darkened with bright white walls too soon? A young man sits, the boy he sits, the baby sings a tune. For on that truck, that barren hill, a mountain in the distant view, a lash of fire questioned why would swim above me and you. A jealous heart won't play the part, take a bow adieu, and all we have is backless hand that drives across the barren lot, the mountain in the view. Do not cry, you now know why, that coveting hurts God too. And thus there was a solemn song of 6 notes that sang to you. Find the mask, let escape. That's what Zelda gave to you. Now, little boy, I tell you this story to say that the mountains can no longer. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a bit of history uh, behind this. So I liked Zelda a lot, and Majora's Mask was my favorite Zelda game. When I was a kid, Majora's Mask was. I always say that Zelda was my introduction to fantasy, but Majora's Mask was my introduction to dark fantasy. Um, I grew up liking Poe. Poe was one of the earliest authors that I was introduced to, and so I think my writing always has a tinge of darkness, probably because of Poe. Um, but when uh, when I played Majora's Mask, it had the same gloominess. Like it had the same like you know gloomy, morose atmosphere that Poe did. So I really gravitated towards Majora's Mask. Anyway, yeah. So that's 3 poems. I think that's a good stopping point for today. Um, Thank you for coming in here and joining me in my workshop. I uh, I really appreciate it. So um, you know, feel free to check out my website. There's games on there, all sorts of stuff. It's just sort of where I live. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.